First off, this is kind of a present and then also talk from Cam's heart as well. I talked to his mom the other day and really proud of just the growth he's made and finding his niche out in Phoenix right now. But first, I know Cam, first of all, would just want to congratulate all of the inductees on being inducted tonight. And then second, just a big thank you to all the selection committee for nominating him and selecting him to be a Murray State Hall of Famer. I'm very honored and humbled to be up here to accept this honor on his behalf. And there's a lot of people I know Cam would want to thank. First off, his family, especially his mother, his father, and his brother. Obviously, all you guys here in Racer Nation that were a big part of his life. His teammates from Little League to AAU to at Lausanne High School and then here at Murray State and the impact they had. And then all of his coaches going back from, Biddy Ball to AAU to Lausanne and then here at Murray State. Coach Small for recruiting him, for going down to Memphis and finding this 6'3", gangly, 150-pound guard that we had no idea in a year we know he was going to be playing in the NBA. To Coach McMahon for getting in the gym every morning with him and making him better. To Coach Kane, Brian Shear, Jawan Long, Aubrey Reese, and then myself for letting him shoot all them shots. And then obviously God in the role that he's played in his life. Cam's recruitment, much like Jaws, much like Isaiah Cannon's, much like Cameron's, just guys that I don't know if you want to say people overlooked or people misevaluated or people just didn't realize what was inside of them. But he was a kid that was always overlooked and always played with a chip on his shoulder. Played with an unbelievable Memphis AAU team. Guys went to North Carolina. Guys went to Memphis. All the Blue Bloods. And I think he visited High Point. He visited here. And he visited Wichita State, came at the very end. And, he's to Wichita State. Now, they had a little buzz, so you start getting worried. And Coach Small was like, hey, we're going to get him. His dad wants him here. And he had been up here on campus probably 10 times, 12 times, playing with our guys on campus. We had been down there a ton. And so we felt good. And so we got him. First workout in the summer, Coach McMahon remembers this. This guy's 150 pounds. He made it about 10 minutes to the individual workout. He's belly down. His dad's on the sideline watching. He's passed out. We didn't have to take him to the hospital and get IVs, but he was done for the day. So we all took snapshots. They got on top of all his teammates, took pictures, and I'm sure they still got him today. But that was his welcome to college basketball. And then obviously he's touched on trying to replace Isaiah Cannon. Only thing probably hard to do that is trying to probably replace with Ja Morant. But you come in and you're trying to replace Isaiah Cannon. We had another guard here. His name is Zay Jackson, and he wasn't able to play that year for some other reasons. And so I was going to play Cam at the 2. I like to play the freshman guards at the 2 guard, give them a little bit more freedom, let them relax, not put so much pressure because the point guard position commands so much pressure, attention to detail. Well, we lost Zay for the year, so it was like, all right, Cameron, here's your ball. You got it. You're running our team. So we go to Valpo the first game, and Bryce Drew's coaching Valpo, and they were really good. Place is sold out. It's a great college basketball game. And we were a brand-new team. We had lost everybody from the year before. We got a lot of new guys. And I'm like, man, it just seems like Cam's shooting the ball a lot, isn't it? And so I look at the stat sheet. We lost in a good game. We lost at the end. And I look at the stat sheet, and I bet he shot 25 to 27 times. And I'm like, holy smokes, we got to lower them shots down a little bit. Well, fast forward a year and a half. The whole team's back. When we didn't start off the season great. And so I'll talk about it at the end. We kind of developed this montage from a devotional I read called Drive the Piling, really just building a foundation in your life. And we started rebuilding the foundation of our team. And so it's December probably 7th, December 10th, second week in December. And we'd started our winning streak. We won 5-6 games in a row. And Cam gets like 35 at Evansville. And we went on the last second shot. And I walk in the locker room, everybody's happy, celebrating. And I go to the coach's locker room afterwards. I'm like, hey, guys, he's going pro. He's gone. We need another point guard for next year because he ain't coming back. He's gone. And so that was great to see. But that year was special. That team totally changed. Cameron led us to a 25-game winning streak, the longest winning streak in the history of the school, longest winning streak in the Ohio Valley Conference. And I think outside of maybe Kentucky that year or Wichita State, maybe the second or third longest winning streak in the country that year. We also went 16-0 in the OVC, the only Murray State team to do that, and the third team in the Ohio Valley Conference in their 80-plus years to ever go undefeated in conference play. And he touched on that he was the player of the year that year as well. But we had that montage called Drive the Piling, which is build the foundation. You know, building stakes in the ground of what you're going to represent when adversity hits. Because in a marriage, in your family, in your job, okay, in life, adversity is going to hit. And the thing that I'm most proud about for Cameron, he was a lottery pick. He's a 14th pick of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and life is really good. You fast forward 3-4 years later, he's in China, fighting for his career. And if you heard, I talked to his mom the other day, and she hadn't heard his news conference from Game 2 when they played L.A. Chris Paul got hurt, so he played about 35 minutes, played really well. And she hadn't heard the press conference, so I sent the press conference to him. And Cameron talks about fighting through his adversity, hitting rock bottom in the NBA, having to go to China, and the struggles that he went through to understand what he needed to be a professional and stay in the NBA, not just stay, but be a terrific player. And when you listen to his interview and you watch that, man, that's probably one of the most proud moments I ever had knowing Cameron Payne. And now he's become a backup, solid, really good backup point guard for the Phoenix Suns. If Chris Paul can't get out of COVID protocol, he may start tomorrow in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The guy was in China almost 2 years ago. And so that was really, really fun to watch. But he said a couple things here. And in his press conference when he went pro, he said they build men here. And I think that's true from when Coach Kennedy was here to when we were here, and now Coach McMahon. I think these guys are doing phenomenal things. But he said a couple things in that press conference. He said repetition removes doubts. He got in the gym and he got back to working. And then everything we want is on the other side of hard. You know, he's around the right people. Monty Williams has been phenomenal for him. He was an assistant in Oklahoma City. They had a relationship, and he's really, really prospered under Chris Paul's tutelage and Monty's coaching. And so he's been very, very blessed, and I think he would tell you that. I was very blessed to coach him. You know, I was driving home from a shoot-around this year, and I listened in to talk radio, and I'll never forget it. They said, man, you know, if you don't have a point guard, you can look like a bad coach, and if you got a great point guard, you can look like a great coach. If you don't have a good quarterback, you look like a bad coach. You got a great quarterback, you look like a great coach. And that's so true because of all you put on them. And I've been fortunate to have a lot of really good point guards. This school has been spoiled with point guards over the last several years. And Cameron's as good as that I've been around. And I know he would want to say thank you so much to all you guys. I know his family would. I've been at a lot of banquets. His mother's the only one who came up and said, hey, Coach, I need to talk. And she came up his sophomore year when we knew he was going pro, and she spoke for 15 minutes from the heart about how this place impacted her and her family and her son's life. And so I know he's excited to get back on campus when he can. I know he's excited to continue to follow Murray State's success. I know this is a phenomenal honor, and it's really awesome to welcome Cameron to the Hall of Fame. So thank you so much.